Boom.
Welcome to the Energy Hour Podcast. Get ready, because it's loud, funny, and we're ready to shake things up. You know, the guys started this journey as renewable energy experts since 1993, by the way, thinking they were just here to save the planet, hug the trees, and protect the whales. But guess what? They dug deeper, and this rabbit hole opened up a whole new world. Now they talk about everything. Home improvements, real estate, house flipping, and just life in general. Bringing you not only the latest on solar and renewable energy, but also inside tips from house flipping gurus, real estate investors, tax experts, Airbnb pros, and so much more. It costs you nothing to tune in, but ignoring them? Well, that could cost you big time and missed opportunities. Blowing the whistle, spilling the beans, and giving you the real scoop on everything from solar panels to flipping homes, tax liens to mobile homes. The Energy Hour Podcast. And now, here's your hosts, Christopher Moss, Robert Musikowski, and Steven Laserson.
What's going on, everybody? Hello, my name is Christopher Moss. I am your host of the Energy Hour Podcast, and today I'm hanging out with a special friend. Let me introduce this guy. What is today, by the way? It's Friday, right?
May 9th.
It's May 9th, Friday.
That's right.
Can you imagine May's already here? Well, let me introduce this handsome guy. This is James. James, say hi.
Hello, everybody.
What's going on? How are you, man? May 9th.
Yeah,
Are you
good.
kidding me?
Yeah. Already
What happened?
first
I thought it was January.
Yeah.
Boom.
Already the 5th month.
Boom. The 2026
Yeah.
is just peeking right around the corner, right?
Yep.
I don't get it, man. So it's all your fault. Did you cause all this?
I don't think it's me. What's ironic is
You think the universe kind of just said I'm stealing time because I'm 63?
the government recently said that weapons that change time and space. Did you
Get
hear
out of
that?
here.
No.
What?
Yeah.
So they got these weapons in space that's going to change me? These are like, what are these, like doomsday device things, or is it like, you hear all these other leaders, right? Gaddafi and Hussein, and these are genocide guys.
Okay.
You mean we're starting to live in the time of genocide in the USA? Hey, listen, you know what? We can lose. We can afford to lose a few.
There's 8 billion of us.
I mean,
Chip off
what do they say? What is the average? I think it's like 75 people a day end up checking into State Street in downtown LA.
Wow.
And I don't mean Disneyland either. I mean like the final encounter. What do they call that? The movie, The Final Destination.
Right.
They get to cruise on in.
Yeah. Meet Hellraiser.
Oh my God, here we are. The guys are crazy, and we're talking about it, my friend. We are here. This is a no bar hold, right? We're not going to get gross, but we're going to talk to James Grosso. Grosso?
Grosso.
It sounds, where's the A? Oh.
The O at the end of the two S's.
See, that
makes
ain't
the
right.
first
They got to
O an
fix
A.
that. You gotta,
I know. It's
a grammatical thing or a pronunciation. Maybe you're not even saying it right.
No, it is Grosso.
I'm looking, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so of course your mom taught you how to say it when you were a kid.
My dad.
And your
the
dad,
Italian
the Italian side. Okay, all right. I'll give you that one. But, maybe we can ask for a
Grosso.
redo. Just kidding.
It's actually pronounced Grosso.
Grosso. Ah, that makes sense. The Italian side.
Yeah. I think it means grand.
Grosso.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Did I roll the R correctly? All right, that's cool. I got that going for me. So tell me something about yourself. You're like an eclectic person. And I mean that in a good way. It's not like you're not just one and done. There is no one and done with you. Mm. You have many sides of you. You're like an octagon. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah, different sides, different surfaces.
Different, just points of view. But it's not just, your typical event horizon.
Right.
I mean, I did watch that one with Matt Damon, that movie. What is it? Interstellar.
Interstellar.
We had all the big ones on it, and it was fantastic. I just watched it last night. That's why I said it.
Okay.
I can't remember past 2 days.
Interesting.
I have the fish memory. Have you heard the goldfish memory? Every 8 seconds it resets.
I didn't know that.
A goldfish. So you're kind of doing this when you're 5. Well, he's forgot about you a long time ago, especially 8 seconds ago.
Okay.
So just FYI, just to let you know. Anyways, so where was I at? I just forgot. Holy crap. Anyways, it's May 9th.
2025.
It's 2025, and we're here hanging out with you.
Yes, sir.
Right? So as being an eclectic person, you know, we go through this journey in life, right? We do certain things, sometimes it's not always what we want, but we sit there and we eat the cheese.
Keep moving.
You got to keep eating the cheese. You can't stop either. And you know what? It's going to survive with or without you.
That's right.
You understand? Just imagine this. We're on a planet today that's spinning aggressively at about 1,000 miles an hour. We're in the atmosphere of the moon, which is ripping around the moon. I think it's like 25,000 miles an hour, in hopes that the moon and the sun doesn't suck us up and just obliterate, like most suns do. At least it's not the sun of Vega. Vega, we'd have been done by now. That's a blue sun that's in like several light years away. We'll never get there.
Yeah.
They say it would take a DC-10, the 747, flying at full speed 1 year to do one lap. That's pretty big. Pretty impressive.
Around that star?
Around Vega, which is another sun. It's a blue sun.
Yeah.
So it's out there. At least we're not there.
Sure.
I'm okay
and
now.
Is that a giant?
It's
like a blue
humongo.
giant? The Vega.
It's a blue. Look it up when you get a chance. Go to my favorite buddy Google.
Oh, yeah.
He does all my homework, and now OpenAI. I don't have to think anymore.
Right. Spells
for
you.
Check this out. When I need to go to the bathroom, I go, "Hey, OpenAI, should I go to the bathroom?" And did you hear that new thing on Copilot? Anybody I know you're a Mac guy. I'll forgive you. But, I have this PC like this one.
Yeah, I like PCs.
PCs are okay, right? It's got a little thing at the bottom. It says, it's the, what did I just say it was? It wasn't OpenAI. It's another thing. It's multicolored. Now everybody's going to beat me up. But it's Copilot. Okay. It's at the bottom. You can open it up and do all kinds of stuff. It helps you do everything, including go to the bathroom. So that was a benefit to me.
So what is it, like a light?
No, you just click it, and then it pulls over to the right, and you can hit the little microphone.
Oh, okay.
I kid you not. Ask Catherine. I was sitting there having an adult conversation with Copilot, and it won. And I'm pretty good. You can't stump me. I'm like, and it actually dug into the question how I answered it and said something like, "Oh, I can understand that." Wow. I mean, it gave the perfect ending, and then it started enhancing, and it talked about what I just said. Mm-hmm. And then it asked me, "What do you think about that?"
Wow. Yeah.
It was actually, and Catherine's over there. She's working on one of the House Flips ARV sheets.
Okay.
She's doing the boring stuff.
Paperwork.
She's very important. So she's doing all that. Listen to the conversation. I just see her head shake. And then she goes, "Ooh, wow.
Machine learning technology.
Hello, where are we?"
Yeah.
So this is just the beginning. Let me tell you something about AI real quick, then we'll jump in. I've actually now, my buddy is out in India. I have some friends. Karthik is one of my good friends out there. He hooks me up with all kinds of stuff, and now he's hooked me up with a friend. Karthik, I'm talking about you, dude. He hooks me with some of his friends. Like today we had a video conference, and we talked about AI.
Okay.
Let me tell you what this AI does now. AI can now take a funnel page. You go to Google. If you're into marketing, you can go to Google and pay for Google ads. Basically, if you want to say, "Hey, I want to sell something called Rumpelstiltskin," or introduce a company, and you can put the website address in there. So this funnel page, which is a website address, mycompany.com / I don't know, Garfunkel, whatever I want to call it. So I put that link inside of this program. And then this program has all the, the SEO and everything built into, so it gets high authority. It's got a backlink in there, and there's a video. You've heard them, right? Oh, I can get you anything you want for, you just click here. You read like 50,000 words, and then you click at the bottom, and you end up buying it anyways.
Right.
How many times have you done that?
About a dozen.
I've done it like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker. No, maybe I'm not. I kind of look like one, though. No. Anyways, yeah. That being said, so this AI now will do something totally different. The people that go to the website will click on this call now. This AI chimes in, and I kid you not, it was having a conversation with me. It's about the solar industry. It says, thank you very much. What do you think your electric bill's like? And it's a female voice, and it was freaking cool. It's better than talking to myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. It was great.
Intellectual.
It was intellectual. We had this conversation, and at the end, it collected all that data, sent it back to the system. I got a text message and an email, and I could hear myself because it was a recordable audio.
Wow.
And it asked, and it gave a sequence of, was this a good call, AI? Do you think that this person might buy something? Or is it highly probable they're just thinking about it, or maybe not? It made a decision on the entire process of if it felt that I was going to buy. And it already knew me I was going to buy.
Wow.
But this freaking program, dude.
And that's the thing. It knew what you were going to do. It knew what you were going to do.
Well, because I went to the site, I clicked on it, so it already, had a focus of, yeah, I know what this guy wants. And you can get certain numbers, and it hooks to WhatsApp, it hooks to this, that, Teams, everything. And then it makes the process easier. That's why I tell people, now, if you own a business, you don't need a salesperson to collect data. You don't need one of these social media butterflies. Oh, I'll go out there and stick it on LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok. And, all they're doing is copy paste in hopes that somebody clicks and goes to your website. Well, that's all gone. So these influencers and these, how can you have a 23-year-old coach? I'm 63.
Right.
What the hell are you going to teach me, Bob?
At 23.
Bob, right? And I asked a guy recently, like today, I says, how long have you been doing this for? Couple of years. Seriously? I knew more writing on the wall and in the toilet than this kid knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's more education and closing skills. Somebody actually took a pencil and wrote it all over. It's probably me. But anyways, that's another story. So I'm just saying the power of AI, man.
Yeah.
It's here. And it didn't even sound like an AI person like, do you want to buy something? No, it was just like a casual voice, like we're talking now.
Yeah. Personality behind it.
And it was a warm voice. So they've granularized this whole thing. Well, let's make it a female because men like talking to females. Let's not make it Chris. You want to buy a solar system, Bob? None of that going on, okay? Right. So it was a female voice. It was inviting. It was soft. It's like they even knew my favorite color.
Wow.
So this stuff had me targeted, man.
Right.
And I didn't need to hire some guy for, I don't know, $25 an hour to go out there and sleep. You go into the room and you catch him. I just put another link up on Twitter. Well, how many friends do you have? 6. Anyways, you know what I'm saying, right? I got 6 people's better than nothing, but it is what it is. So I'm just sitting there, and the whole thing only took about 5 minutes. So I can, and guess what? AI doesn't need to get paid.
So you're able to get answers for free.
So all this stuff went down the funnel. It came through. I didn't have to pay anybody. So sayonara, all you influencers. you guys are toast. All you young coaches, whatever, call yourself, you're gone. AI just took your job. It's over. So delete all your social media accounts, delete your emails, and either go back to college and pay $200,000 or reinvent yourself because you're toast. Sorry to say. It is what it is. Come on. AI, man.
The fourth turning.
Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. This was like the fifth dimension to me.
Wow.
It was something happening in the room. I just couldn't put my hands on it. And at the end, it got everything I wanted. And it was over.
Amazing. Efficient.
Who knew? Efficient, exactly. Because now I don't have to hire anybody for $25 an hour. We're going to give you $60,000 a year to put links on different things. I normally do that myself, but now it's elevated to another level. And it just blew me away, dude. I am completely,
Yeah.
I had an epiphany, and here it is, AI. And you know what, at one point, and one of my friends, Mary, she'll tell you, I hated it. I was always beating her up. Oh, AI, whatever. No, it's here, dude. It's strong, and it made me look pretty dumb.
Interesting.
Quickly. And that doesn't happen too often. Well, maybe it does. I don't know. Like I'm doing now. No? All right.
Not at all. You're solid. You're solid.
So we were talking about earlier, we're into the sports thing, right? And how some of these sports guys go broke.
Yeah.
Who do you want to take, for example?
Well, one of my favorite writers growing up was Corey Nastasio.
Okay.
And I follow him.
I'm going to have to ask Google who that is, though. But go ahead. Tell me about him.
Yeah. Just a real famous writer, world champion as far as dirt jumping, things like that.
So he's a motocross guy?
Bicycle, BMX.
He rides BMXs in the dirt?
Yeah.
Wow.
Big
See?
jumps. Yeah.
Big jumps?
Even now.
And he's a rider.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And, following these professionals that I had from growing up, idolizing them and, just seeing how many of their lives turned out, many of them seriously injured.
If you don't make that jump.
Oh, yeah.
What comes up must go down.
Oh, yeah. And it comes down hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done that too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not to that extent, though.
Yeah, pretty close. Entered competitions, rode with a lot of professionals. Yeah, but not at that.
You didn't try to give a kneecap back.
I tried, but tore my ear, 12 stitches.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. So you're the $6 million man. Almost, yeah.
Put back together.
So this guy, he did BMX. He probably got paid well.
Yeah.
Was it one of those Extreme X things, right?
Right.
I've seen those.
Yeah, extreme sports. They were pretty lucrative in the early 2000s. They were able to make a name for themselves. And
he held on the coattail of that and got paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you think he made 7 digits?
Yeah.
$1 million?
Yeah, I would say he did. But
how old was he when he started?
I think he started probably 18. He started
really
late. Yeah, he was actually a jockey. And
get out for horses?
Jockey. Yeah,
no
horse
way.
Jockey. Yeah,
he's probably tired of getting kicked or fell off.
Yeah. Well, and he got big. He got tall.
Yeah, that 97-pounder's got to stay, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened? What was the end result for this guy? Don't tell me he did the Rodney Rippie thing. Oh, it's too big and Jack in the Box turned into a crack addict or something like that.
No.
Okay.
No, still a wild guy, really down to earth. In the mortgage industry, he does escrow.
He went from that to escrow.
Yeah. Well, he had a huge sponsor, Rockstar Energy sponsored him really up until a couple of years ago. And because he was still riding, going to events, even at his age, 45 years old.
Yeah.
And doing backflips.
Get out of here.
Totally nuts.
Wow, totally trick.
Yeah. I mean, the pinnacle of the sport. And so, when you compare the NFL, you compare the NBA with, the huge money behind them to where, a lot of the extreme sports athletes as individuals, potentially are even more
dangerous.
Capable. Yeah, more dangerous, more capable. And then, with the risk of injury, quite a few people paraplegic,
I mean, these football players, they get hit once. I just made $125 million for the year. You got to get through the year, dude.
Yeah.
These freaking trucks are just on the field. They look like Caterpillar, construction machines.
Yeah.
They hit you once.
It's like a bus.
You might not get up. A bus.
Right.
Yeah. So just think about it. It's a whole bunch of buses out there, and you're trying to squeeze through. Yeah. And the ones that do, and then what about the head? The helmet thing. Right. That's making vegetables. Some of them there. Well, what's today? I can't even remember May 9th, but he's probably still back in January.
Yeah. Intense CME.
Yes, totally, man.
So
it's extreme. And what happened to this guy? What was the end result? He went from BMX star to escrow agent. Yeah, that's a big turnoff, man.
And I don't want this podcast to get his name out there.
No, it's okay. You already said it once. He won't see you until later.
Yeah, but
it's all good.
Great guy, incredible. Not that I know him personally.
Hey, Netflix has already done stories on most of these guys.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. All the billionaire crypto thieves that sucked me up.
Yeah.
They're in prison now, so you can, or whatever you want to do.
Well, and my point is, for him, he's actually doing really good. Others haven't made it out. Dave Mirra ended up ending his life, out of the blue randomly.
What?
Yeah.
Just out of the blue. Yeah. He's sitting there on 3rd and Elm, and he says, I got to walk in front of that bus. I have to do it.
Yeah.
What pushes somebody there?
That's what a lot of people.
Do you think it's a social media influence?
No, I think.
She didn't give me a like, so I got to barbecue this person. That's so disgusting.
I think with the intensity we operate at, extreme athletes, to find happiness in the day-to-day regimen is difficult.
How can they overfill?
Right.
They get so high.
Yeah.
And they're constantly. Have you ever seen some of these? I mean, listen. I watched this thing on Netflix. It's called The Golden Touch or whatever. He's like a collector from one of the most badass collectors on the planet. I love this guy. Even his daughter's a stud. And they collect like the #1 action comic book that's worth $2 million, $3 million, a 10-cent comic book. And so I saw an interview with a couple of the football buddies of his, and these guys are fucking stuck up, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe footballs kind of went the other way. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too. When they're younger,
Manning, that's one of them. And if he says anything, I'm saying, look, just watch the show. Give me your opinion. And then it was Manning versus one of the. Again, sorry guys, I don't even know who you are. Maybe it's my bad. Played football, pigskin. You got rich, and now they're selling this stuff to this guy. Rings, jock straps, whatever they can get their hands on.
Money back.
Right? And then, these guys are pros and they're having, I just talked to so-and-so. You got to bring him out of the clouds, Bob. He's too high. You know what I'm saying? They're like, so that's what you're saying. The cup is too full. And what happens with the overage? Does it turn into negativity, maybe? The steam.
It
can't let it out.
It's a purpose to live.
It's a boiler.
Yeah. For a lot of people riding, 2 wheels, motorcycles, bicycles, it's a way of life. And, it's just that huge passion. But yeah, when you get old and can't do it anymore, trying to find happiness, things like that. Yeah.
Now, just going up a second flight of stairs, my joints are kind of reconfirming that I'm 63. I don't feel 63. You look young still. What are you? 42? 45.
Yeah.
Okay, I see a little gray in the beard, kind of looking at it. It's all right. Yeah.
But getting up the stairs, you're right. I walked up here, I'm like, well, I'm breathing a little heavy today.
So these celebrities and extreme celebrities, we'll call them. Take Mike Tyson, for example.
Right.
Iron Fist Mike. First and foremost, he had, I guess Gumby representing this clown. What is he still around?
Don King.
He probably is, huh?
I'm Gumby Dummit.
I'm gonna be dumb. That's hilarious. Yeah. But is he still around? Is he still ripping people?
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
so he takes Mike over and he bends him over the edge.
Yeah, it takes him for all his worth.
I mean, this Mike is knocking dudes out. He's knocking people out before they ever get in the ring. They get the
stare down.
And that they're laying down after that.
Right.
So if he gets his glove on you, you're going to go down anyways. You know, the fact of the matter is you should probably lay down now before he swings, right?
Yeah.
So, and they get about 10 million.
Right.
I'd let him hit me at least once. It'd have to be in the buttocks, though.
Yeah, turn around.
I have to turn around and give him an ass shot.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Mike, give me a bruise. Just don't make it big, please. Right? But, you know, he has destroyed people. Yeah. He is the epitome of a Vermeer wood chipper. He just grabbed his opponent and just sucked you through the wood chipper, and whatever came out on the other side, that was you, friend.
Yeah, mulch.
He became mulch. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And then he lives in Vegas. It's the worst place on the planet.
Oh yeah.
You can't live in Vegas, man, and have money.
Oh.
You're gonna be broke in about a year.
Yeah. Sin
you know, just in and out, get in, get out. You don't get paid. You walk in, you get raped. You go home. You
live there.
I got to sign up a new gig just to pay for my gambling debts. And then this ex-wife of his, you know, kind of like me, he had his wife pull out his penis wallet through his penis.
Right.
Yeah, I actually made a couple of posters out of mine.
Oh yeah.
Something it said something you cannot use anymore. Anyways, it's an experience. Yeah, you got to do it a couple times. Yeah. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Maybe just once, just to get the feeling. Yeah. So poor Mike Tyson and your guy, the BMX king.
Corey Nastasio.
And he laid down, man. That's it. And now he's doing escrows.
Yeah.
Do you think he's financially happy? Probably not.
He's got other things he's working, which is good. But a lot of these guys don't. And a lot of them are really seriously mentally injured,
especially
physically injured.
Rodney Allen Rippie. You ever seen that commercial? This announcer's going, "Hey Rodney, what do you got? A jumbo jack." Yeah, he's such a cute kid, right? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna try to eat it, and then he goes, "But it's too big to eat." And he's got this burger that's bigger than his head, and you know he's a little guy. And he's got these little fingers wrapping around the buns. You know.
Yep. So yeah, just trying to get the food down.
And you know what? I don't think he made it or something like that. I think there's stories. I don't know. What am I talking about? Who knows? Just ask Google. Google will tell you the truth.
Rodney Allen Rippie.
Rodney Allen Rippie, the Jumbo Jack commercial. Okay. And then I like to go to Google and say, "Hey Google, what happened to so and so?" And then or I'll say, "How old is so and so?" And if it says he or she was, I know they checked out, right?
That's a past tense.
It's like, see you later. And then, I'll get some other data back and they'll say, well, they're not doing too good. One's at Taco Bell. Not that Taco Bell's bad. I love their red and green burritos. I think I grew up on Taco Bell when I was a kid.
Yep.
If it wasn't the burritos, it was the taco. And you ever put that sauce on a penny?
I heard it cleans it up.
It's so shiny. And I was eating like gallons of that stuff when I was a kid. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but
Cleans
anyways,
out your insides.
Maybe that's why I have a little senility today. It was the arsenic or whatever they put in that stuff.
Yeah.
It took me for a loop.
Clorox bleach.
A little Clorox in there. But anyways, a lot of these guys, man, you see some of these female, all these other stars, there was one girl that I was like, she got a lot of flack, but rightfully so. Do you know who really did it well, I think? What are those twins? What are they? They were the
Olsen twins?
Olsen twins.
Yeah.
Those women are badasses.
Yeah.
They didn't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna not maybe be a porn star," or whatever the case may be. They hunkered down. They put their nose to the freaking grindstone and they killed it. They are still today just
talked about.
They're badass. You know, it's kind of almost like Paris Hilton, but she was born into that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does she do?
Daddy owns a Hilton Foundation, the chain. Come on, you're gonna get hooked up, right? Yeah. Just like some of these people. But anyways,
born into that.
The Olsen twins did movies when they were young, and they just saved or did whatever. Now they got dolls, they got freaking everything, and I think they're in the real estate business. I got to talk to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll hook me up with a flip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe
I can do her ARV.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I could put a couple of their dolls on the wall. It'd look good in this room, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Get them on your show.
Not feeling it.
No, it wouldn't actually fit.
But anyways.
The Olsen twins right there?
Man? Yeah, right there in that little spot. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. See if they make the wall.
Maybe another 20 or 30 years.
They make the wall. They got to make the wall. Yeah. If you don't make the wall, you're out. Anyways, so it's like that, right? So AI, childhood, extremists that or people that focus got into it, and they just, some turned it around and some didn't. Some went down the black hole to see the other side, which is the singularity.
Yeah.
And there's only one way to see the black hole singularity. It's to go in. And when you go in, if you ever seen Interstellar?
Yeah.
They say, one of those robots, detach. He goes barreling. Okay, he's a robot. He doesn't feel anything. But, Matthew McConaughey, was that McConaughey? Yeah. I can't even remember his last name. Sorry, Matthew. Call me up. Anyways, he went in the other one, and then he went into a fifth dimension. And this movie is deep, man. You got to see it twice just to, that's what they were talking about. Oh, yeah. Boink, the light bulb goes off again. You got, I want to watch it again. I did it like 3 times, and now I can recite it. I can probably do a play.
Really?
I want to be the guy that went into the singularity, if that helps. Yeah. Just to see if I can see the other side. But anyways, he got the data and he got everything he fixed, saved the world, and now world's next to Saturn. Anyways, one of those long stories.
Yeah.
But it works for me. It probably worked for you too. You're a movie buff, right? Oh, there it is.
It changed.
What?
Yeah, 2005. Started really getting into documentaries. So.
Oh, I'm a documentary freak.
Yeah.
Do you like documentaries better than anything, right?
Pretty much. I like information. Right.
I like it more than air, if that helps. I would like stand in the corner, watch a Netflix documentary, and then
get that air again.
Get it out again.
Yeah. Only one really good thing at a time, right? Otherwise it's overwhelming.
I can only do one at a time. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can juggle things. I can do that.
Yeah.
So, what do you really want to do? Where do you want to be? I want to ask you a serious question. I'm going to put you on the edge. You won't have to fall off. It's up to you, though. The 10 freeway is just right down there if you want to fall off. Like I tell everybody, make it good, kiss the truck. So if you had to, or if you have the ambition to, where do you want to be in 5 years?
Well, recently being licensed in life insurance, learning about that, it's
is that a tough market?
I think there's a lot of misconception.
You know what's taking over that market as well?
What's that?
I have to say the 2 letters, man. AI.
Yeah.
Remember, people are calling in now. And they're collecting the data. It's like, you ever seen that insurance called Jerry? We're going to go back to what you're talking about in a second. Jerry Insurance is this little pink app. Go to the Play Store, go to whatever you do to see, you're an Apple. I don't even know. I'm sorry. But you got to get that little Jerry app, and you can get an insurance policy within seconds. And they murder everybody else.
Life insurance policy?
Just car insurance.
Okay.
I mean, give them a week or 2. They're probably going to start that. But Sergio he wants to get into that business. And I'm like, I called up several agents and they go, well, you're $230 a month. The first thing I said was, dude, I'm not making a car payment.
Yeah.
Well, No.
That was your car insurance quote?
It was, I mean, I asked him, I'm like, do I get a new car with this?
Right.
I got nothing.
I was paying over $100 a month, and I thought that was
high, right? I mean, let's think about it.
Because at our age.
Listen, the industry itself sucks. It's expensive. And if you're listening, Donald Trump, and I think he hangs out, maybe.
He listens.
I think he does. Hear that, Don? Thank you. So anyways, he's got to help with this insurance problem. Everybody and their mother that's paying over $200 for insurance needs to have their head examined.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this little pink app, Jerry, $160. The other one was almost $300
a month.
A month
for 2 cars.
And I'm thinking, like, if I give the guy a kidney, maybe I can get a few extra months, at least a couple months, right?
Maybe 6 months.
6 months. I would be good for that. I got 2. Listen, if I'm 90, I'll give them both. I get a year. I'm good. Dialysis. Next. But anyways, and the guy that was giving me a quote on the phone, he calls up and he says, hey, what's credit card? What's your major credit card number? And I says, dude, Jerry just ripped you blind. Huh? Full coverage. I mean, listen, almost 300 versus 160. Yeah. It's like half.
Right.
And he's like, what do you, he didn't even know who Jerry was. I go, he's your nemesis, dude. You need to freaking watch Jerry. Jerry wants to take you down.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen with technology. As technology gets better, things get cheaper. Labor is going to be cheaper. Everything.
Well, think about it. AI, if you can have an employee that did everything, and I mean everything, the calls, the handling, the text, blah, 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 for $100 a month, sign up, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
how many payroll employees?
You don't have to pay payroll taxes, right? So I tell people that are in the business, the S Corps, fire everybody. Immediately. I hate to say that, man, because not everybody deserves the axe, right?
Well, what are we going to go do? What's after this?
Well, maybe you can write AI. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I tell all my friends, I'm not even an employee of my company. As an S Corp, you're not an employee, but you can pay yourself. So when I do my workers' comp, they go, how many employees? I go, 0. They're like, huh? My workers' comp is $519 a year.
Wow.
Think of that for a second. Mm-hmm. Before, when I, doing all this other stuff, $3,500. Some of these poor roofers are getting juiced for $10,000 a month. Even if they get the guy from Home Depot, it doesn't matter.
They got to pay the workers' comp.
They got to pay. If you want your license or no. And then they got general liability, and they got errors and omissions. By the time they're done, man, these poor guys are like, that's why they're skinny. There's nothing left. It's like,
no meat on the bone.
Okay. So it's like, the crack pipe came from workers' comp, and it got him hooked. So anyways, it's different. So AI is replacing. It's already replaced the car insurance. Listen, anybody out there on the planet, listen, here's what you want to do. Jerry, you better give me a free month. Anyways, probably didn't. I don't know if he listens yet. But all these people go to get the Jerry app. I'm not talking, just go now. Get the Jerry app, put your stuff in there, and get an insurance quote. Seriously. And I told Sergio, and he wants to get in the car business. Oh, car insurance business. Blah, blah, blah. I told him the Jerry app. His buddy that's been insuring him for years. He had to tell him, you got to go. Jerry just took your kneecaps out.
Wow.
I mean, that's disgusting.
Yeah. To call a friend and say, hey, no, I'm going with AI.
I'm going to take it. The Jerry app ain't got nothing on you, player. So and you know what? It did everything simultaneously. Sent him to a video. Said, "Hey, a guy had to tape it once. Wow. Hey, thanks for coming to Jerry. Yeah. And if you go to the app, the AI does it all. And then if you need to speak to somebody, they then dig them up and then they make a call to you. I don't know if they're from India, but it didn't sound like it. And these people were cool. Boom, they solved the problem.
Is it a brokerage? Do they farm it out to different companies and whoever has
and
the
that's
lowest?
the great part. They give them a 1099. I'm sure.
Huh.
Hey, Jerry, do you have any employees? Nope.
So it's not a brokerage to different agencies or different companies.
I'm sure they got a license, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a license. But anyways, it was AI that killed that. And now I think they should come to the health insurance part of things. They should come to get into the other insurances like life insurance. Why not? It's just a quote. You know, next time you're probably going to have to put your finger against the top part of your phone and this little prick.
Yeah.
It'll happen. You'll be like, oh.
Well, I think the difference with life insurance and auto insurance is there's different plans and there's different riders for life insurance that can really help, you know. So I'm not saying AI can't do it.
It's coming, dude. It's coming. AI is going to take them out, and that's it. Yeah. So now, because I'm going to be a big admin user of the AI chatbot, and it's going to collect data, the AI phone call that goes to text and everything else, boom, 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 boom. And then I get a real lead in my face. I'm like, you know where I don't market anymore is the social media platforms. I don't do it except for Google. I think Google and me have a long-time relationship. We're like friends for life. Google's got my back. And now I'm plugging AI into that link. And people, what's her name? Can I take her out on a date? No, leave her alone. And I'm going to do it with 3 or 4 different pages. And we're going to stick them in different locations. And then I'm going to tell all my professional business friends that have these social media butterflies sitting in the back of that cubicle doing nothing, picking their nose and hanging out on Twitter. Seriously? Or X? What is that? They have a new one that's called there's a little @ sign. It's like a spin-off of something.
Oh, really?
Listen, it's so dumb. All you social media platforms. Listen, if it was up to me, I would completely ban social media in the United States. It completely takes people off their game.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks your soul dry. It's like, hey, you got any more brain matter up there, Bob? We don't think so.
Deficit disorder.
I mean, it's like the ADD for sure, man. It gives them PTSD of social communication.
Yeah.
You're
skills.
You're afraid to talk to somebody. Hey, I gotta go into the grocery store and there's people.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What is that?
I can't make eye contact. Exactly. So it's stealing the human condition.
Yep. The connectiveness.
I had a friend that would come in all the time, talk about politics, Twitter, and everything else. It was actually kind of boring. And I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want to just say, you know what? You're an idiot. Get the hell out. I did a lot for this guy. But his primary thing was if he couldn't tweet it, be tweeted, liked it, or something else, it wasn't in his forte. Does that make sense?
That was his world.
He created this ball of nothingness. And whatever bounced around in that little ball, it's like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the Interstellar, that the singularity. His brain was in a singularity type concept.
Yeah.
And once he goes in, he couldn't come out. And I tried to pull him out. I threw a rope in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Now grab on.
They don't want to come back to reality.
Can you come out? Come on, Bob. Come on. And you let it go. Who knew? Yeah. So don't let social media suck your brainstem, because it will completely, like a giant straw, and you're done.
Day by day, month after
Think
month,
about
year
this for a
after
minute.
year.
So what happened is AI is now there, and now they got these cameras. Check this out. They got cameras in front of stores that are doing ID reads.
Yep.
So when you come in there,
reads your face.
AI's sticking shit on your phone. Hey, did you know that the bubble gum on aisle 7 is 20% off? So you go buy the bubble gum or the shoes. You know, the next time in my next life, I told Catherine, I'm going to do one of three things.
What's that?
I got to be a lawyer. Because I'm suing you just like Sweet James, baby. I'm taking you down. Sweet James is crazy awesome.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Sweet James. So check this out. I'm going to be a lawyer, or I'm going to be an AI bot. I have to be. And they have control. I don't know. Maybe not. What do you think? I want to be a lawyer, or I want to be somebody that gets into programming that's sought after. You know what I'm saying? Oh, remember Windows 95 way back when? I mean, we're turning the
dials back.
The dials back. I mean, back. And it wasn't even 95 the year. Maybe it's like 84, 5. I remember when they said, remember in the year 2000, this guy, hey, Bill, no AI, dude. Kudos to you. You racked it up. This guy. And I was one of the suckers. Thanks, Bill. And that software sucked. But anyways, it was the premise, 19. And Prince, I think he purposely signed a contract with Bill Gates to have him sing the song 1999. Right. Think about it. I'm sitting there. It's November. It's November 5th, the 20th. And I went into the store and bought everything.
Right.
Mr. Moss said it'll be $1,214.94. Oh, okay.
Thought it was going to be the end of the world.
Oh, my God.
You remember that?
Just like the crypto scam. I got juice there. Thanks, Bill. I owe you one. Just like your toilets in Africa. I hope that doesn't go well. Sanitation. Okay, have them just take a shower, okay? But anyways. So I got juiced. Windows 95.
Really?
Welcome to software. So the guy that writes the software or does the really cool things in type of software, you know what I mean? The AI guy or whatever.
That's what you want to be.
Well, a lawyer. I think a lawyer is probably going to be easier, but they're under a lot of stress, right? Your Honor.
Right.
I suggest that Pee Wee Herman, I would probably be a good like Perry Mason. Do I look kind of like I'm animated?
Oh, totally.
I completely sustain.
Objection overturned.
Objection overturned, right. I can be that guy.
Okay.
I'm kind of, I have the animatronics.
No doubt.
I have the anime of the lawyer industry. I can be a lawyer, or I can be like a doctor would be good. I can do things carefully. I can go down the line. It's like when you colored in the coloring books and you're a kid.
Yeah.
I can make that happen.
Stay within the lines.
And you know what? If I'd be there for like 25 minutes and say, you close up.
Oh, oops.
Pull off and go to lunch. They'll finish it up. Oh, he died? I should have been there.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Missed out.
A lot of things, right?
Yes.
So this world, as we know now, has too many things going on. Again, we're spinning 1,000 miles an hour in 25,000 miles an hour around the moon. And if I'm not saying it right, hey, I tried. Go ask Google. So anyways, and then, now we're going to get into a vehicle and go to Mars. It takes, I think, a year and so many days.
Okay.
Here's the only drawback. He has to get through the asteroid field. How about this? His rockets are cool, right? He flies it up and it lands. It comes back. Right. It's like, hey, I'm like a drone. I don't know how to come back. He should put that same rocket, put a couple of monkeys in there, have them press the green or the red button if they made it or not. Feed them bananas for a year and then let them go.
See, make sure it worked out.
At one point in time, I think he said that he wanted to go.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that? I want to be on the first man tour
to Mars.
Yeah.
Well, that's
hello.
That's the billionaire
right?
breakaway.
The billionaire breakaway civilization. Exactly. It's a statement. I'm glad he made it, but he's probably not going to go. Hey, Elon, don't go. I don't think the monkey's going to make it, bro. You definitely ain't making it. You better slim up. You ain't getting out. But anyways.
Yeah. No, we're there.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So this is basically your first time on a podcast?
It is.
I don't believe it. You're like so calm and you're not biting your nails. You're not doing none of that. And you did it.
I had a lot of stage fright growing up. So
did you?
At my age now. And
did you dip into that resource right now?
You just jumped
kind of pushed it out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Well, good for you.
Thanks. Yeah.
There's going to be more coming, and I can't wait to see you. And you have this buddy that you're going to see tonight.
Yeah.
It's kind of you're working on a nonprofit type thing or a way to give back, right? And you're going to talk more about that. Maybe we can have him sit in the other chair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of throw that out to the public, right?
Yep.
It's a perfect way. Hey, Jacob, you're at the end of this podcast. We're talking about you right now, okay?
Yes, sir.
So after you feed my bro a steak or whatever else you're going to feed him, you got to come back and talk, right? And I liked what you said about it. That was just the cliff notes of what you're going to do. I'm all in, dude.
Thanks.
I think it's great.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
I hope it's a great idea, too.
Well, it's not a matter of hope. It's a matter of when.
Yeah.
And all we got to do is get it off the ground.
That's it.
Hint, hint. And I'll give you some of the vehicles to do that.
Yeah.
Right? I'll put a little fuel in your rocket. I don't know about Elon style, but we just point it towards the moon and go.
And light it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That'd be great.
Perfect, man. Well, James Grosso, thanks for hanging out with me. What's the Italian last name?
Grosso.
Grosso.
Yeah.
You can't say it. Can you give me the Italian version?
Grosso.
Grosso. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you finally broke the ice.
Yes.
And you have this aura about you now. It's like you've got the podcast video under control.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Broke the cherry. Yeah. Hopefully there will be more to come.
It is what it is. We got to shout out to our friends at Drone 9. Drone9.net. Call Sergio. Just go to the website, drone9.net, and we're going to put some of the advertisers at the end as well. So hang out with us. Hopefully we're crazy enough to where you listen a little bit more, right? We're going to get crazier, dude, as we go. So be prepared, right?
Absolutely.
This is the Energy Hour Podcast. I am Christopher Moss. We thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next time. Today is May 9th, 2025. And it's, what time is it now? Oh, it's 4:30. Oh, you got to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I appreciate you.
No, we appreciate everybody.
Thanks for hanging out, brother.
Thanks for your time, Christopher.
All right, man.
I appreciate you.
Take care.
Bye.
It's been the Energy Hour Podcast. If it's home improvements, real estate, house flipping, or just life in general, we're talking about it. It's our passion. And between Christopher, Robert, and Steven, they're your secret sauce to get you to the next level and beyond. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at QHIinc.com/TEO. And we'll catch you next time on the Energy Hour Podcast.
Capture the joyful magic of the holiday season with Virtual Santa. Virtual Santa is a high-definition projection effect that walks, waves, laughs, eats cookies, and puts presents under the tree. From outside, it's so real, you swear Santa's in your house. Virtual Santa, originally seen on ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight. You can choose from traditional Virtual Santa or new African American Santa. Holiday effects include Virtual Santa, Mrs. Claus, Santa's Workshop with Christmas elves, and so much more. Buy one effect or a bundle, available in HD DVD, digital download, or USB flash drive. Also available in LED projection bundles. For a winning Christmas display that will delight your neighbors young and old, visit us at virtualsanta.com and become known as the house where Santa lives. Virtual Santa, where holiday spirit begins.
Welcome to Drone 9. Located in Upland, California, Drone 9 specializes in drone cinematography for the following industries that are looking for that perfect shot or video: construction, infrastructure, and project management. Sell better: residential and commercial real estate. Construction survey: see what you haven't seen before. Events and weddings: get that perfect shot when it matters most. Tourism, resort, golf, attraction, destination marketing. For more information, visit them on the internet at drone9.net. That's DRONE 9.net. Drone9.net. Great cinematography.
Welcome to the House Flipping Academy. Learn how to flip houses from start to finish. Tired of being broke working for someone else? If so, then the House Flipping Academy was made for you. Learn more at CMYCINC.com. The House Flipping Academy. Your future is just one house flip away.
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to Holiday Projection, your ultimate online destination for all things Christmas.
And Halloween. Whether you're looking for LED projector bundles, digital downloads, USB flash drives, or spine-chilling Halloween sound effects, we've got you covered.
Our one-stop shop brings together the magic of Christmas
And the thrill of Halloween.
so you can easily find your favorite holiday effects in one place.
Don't wait. Start shopping now.
Visit us online at holidayprojection.com. Ho, 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 ho.
There are thousands of podcasts out there that talk about home improvement, real estate, flipping houses, taxes, Airbnb pros, but none have the expertise of the Energy Hour podcast. We want to invite you over to the show. It doesn't cost you anything to tune in, but not coming over and being part of our family could cost you big time and missed opportunities. You'll get the very latest on solar and renewable energy, plus all the inside tips from house flipping gurus, real estate investors, tax experts, and Airbnb pros. Come join your hosts, Christopher, Robert, and Steven, on the Energy Hour podcast. Find us on all the major podcast platforms. Visit the website at qhiinc.com/DEO.